What's going on, guys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of my Call of Duty Ghosts class setups. Today I've got a class setup that I've named Ultravision. This is for all you players who are getting sick of just getting killed by those bushwookies that you simply didn't see, or if you've been pulling your hair out about being blown to pieces by those IEDs every 2 minutes, or if you're just tired of running around the map trying to find some action only to not come across a single soul. The whole theme of this setup is to use the various attachments, perks and equipment that are going to help enhance your vision in order to help you find and detect enemy players and explosives. So let's get started and take a look at the weapon we're going to use for this Ultravision setup. Now I've picked out the ARX-160 for one basic reason, that is that it comes along with a laser sight, which is an obvious visual aid that benefits your hip-fire ability. That red laser beam just makes it easier to target your enemies when spraying from the hip without having to solely rely on those on-screen crosshairs. The ARX-160 does have some quite heavy recoil, so I've gone with the foregrip, which doesn't really fit into the theme of this loadout, but it's just going to help tame the weapon and make it easier to use. But one attachment that does fit into the theme of Ultravision is the new tracker sight. This is one of the new attachments to Call of Duty Ghosts, where it highlights enemy players that you're aiming at through that high-tech scoping system. The overall window that you get to aim through is slightly smaller than a red dot sight, but it at least highlights enemy players in that orange glow, so anyone sat in a corner or pretending to be a bush can be easily spotted. Because you need to be aiming down sights to make the most of this tracker sight, we're going to use the Stalker perk, which is going to mean you can move faster while in that ADS position. We also aren't going to run the Ready Up perk or the Quick Draw perk, which means it's going to be crucial to make the most of that Stalker ability by aiming down sights and navigating around the map in that assault stance ready to open fire. I found this was a great way to increase your reaction times. Usually in Call of Duty Ghosts I've dropped down dead by the time I've noticed there's an enemy there, aimed down sights and started opening fire. But at least when you're walking around in Stalker mode with this tracker sight, anytime you see anyone glow up in orange in your vision, you're all ready to snap onto target straight away. We're going to continue the theme of Ultravision with the rest of the perks, starting with Sitrep. This is going to be your perk of choice if you're one of those guys who's sick of losing a limb thanks to an IED. As we know from previous Call of Duty titles, Sitrep just highlights enemy explosives, so anytime you see an IED lurking behind a doorway, you can simply take another route. Sitrep's also going to help kind of speed up the game a little bit by helping you find where enemies are lurking. As well as it detecting enemy explosives, it also highlights enemy equipment such as satcoms, so this is a great way of finding exactly where people have set up camp. Ultravision also applies to our radar, so we're going to use a couple of extra perks which help highlight people on the minimap. So first up we'll go with Wiretap to make use of all the enemy satcoms and use them for our own benefit. The more satcoms you've got working for you, the faster your radar is going to refresh, up to the point where you see those nice little triangles identifying the exact position of all enemy players. And Recon's an easy 1-point perk that we can fit into our loadout, which is going to help us identify the whereabouts of players who we might have tagged with some gunfire but have managed to dive behind cover. Using this perk we can see if they're sneakily waiting for us or whether they've made a run for it. Then finally, while this perk doesn't offer us any advanced high-tech abilities, Focus will at least allow us to maintain our vision by not being knocked off target by enemy incoming fire. So to finish off this Ultravision class setup, I've got a few killstreak awards which fit into the same theme. So first off, we'll go with the simple SATCOM from the support kit. Using the support kit means this is easy to get hold of even if you end up dying. That also means, unlike the assault kit, you're not going to get another one until you've gone through your whole setup of killstreaks, but that's where the Wiretap perk comes in to allow us to make use of the enemy SATCOMs in addition to our own. Next up we'll go with the Night Owl killstreak, which is this kind of high-tech balloon that follows you around and pinpoints enemy players on the minimap. This thing also acts as a mobile trophy system to destroy enemy explosives to give you that extra line of defense. And finally, the Ultravision class setup wouldn't be complete without the Oracle killstreak award. This has got to be one of the more powerful killstreaks in the game, with it giving that tracker sight ability but in plain vision. It does come in waves, but at least it highlights the whereabouts of all the players on the map, including those who aren't particularly in close proximity, which means you can make your way safely around the map to find where the action is. So we'll give this setup a try and let me know how you get on with it. Hopefully it helps you out if Call of Duty Ghosts has been making you feel like an old man with slow reactions and bad eyesight. If you do have some fun with this class setup, or if you just enjoyed my video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and share the information with your friends. Don't forget you can always check out more of these Call of Duty Ghosts class setups by clicking the link in the description to the full playlist. While you're in there, you'll also find my links to Twitter and Facebook to come and say hello and get heads up of when new videos are posted. Otherwise, as always, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you all later.